The Little League World Series used to be must-watch TV. There were dominant pitchers, insane power hitters, and viral moments that made kids instant superstars. But in recent years, something's changed. The talent doesn't feel the same. The games aren't as exciting. And the best players? They're not even playing in Williamsport anymore. So what happened? Today, we're breaking down why the Little League World Series is falling off and how new rule changes in 2025 might bring it back. The biggest reason the Little League World Series feels different? The bats. In 2018, Little League switched to USA Baseball certified bats, designed to perform like wood bats. Before that, we had composite bats with way more pop. The difference? A massive drop in offense. Before 2018, 300-foot home runs weren't uncommon. In fact, power hitters could launch shots that nearly cleared the entire complex. But after the bat change, those bombs are gone. In 2018, Alkaikia hit a walk-off home run to send Hawaii to the second round. Off the bat, it looked like a no-doubt 300-foot bomb. But instead of soaring deep into the trees, it barely cleared the wall. And that's exactly what changed in 2018. Before that, Little League bats had way more pop. A swing like this in 2017? That ball might have landed in another area code. The numbers don't lie. In 2017, we saw 61 home runs in the Little League World Series. The next year? Just 19. And in 2024? Only 14 home runs in the entire tournament. Before 2018, even check swings had a chance to leave the yard. These bats were hot. Rui Martinez was 4'8" and 80 pounds, hitting 250-foot homers. Anybody on a team was able to hit the long ball. Nowadays, only a few players on a team can hit home runs, which makes the games a lot less enjoyable. But now, you have to absolutely crush the ball to clear the fence. This one rule change instantly transformed the Little League World Series from an offensive showcase into a low-scoring defensive battle. The game just doesn't feel the same. With the old bats, you'd see kids hitting towering shots, some going 300 feet. Now, we're lucky if we see one home run per game. The bat change was bad enough, but 2019 also brought another major rule shift, the age cutoff. Before this, the best players in Williamsport were often the kids who turned 13 during the summer. They were bigger, stronger, more dominant. But in 2019, Little League changed the rule. Now, if you turn 13 before August 31st, you're out. That means the biggest, most developed players, the ones who used to be Little League World Series stars, never make it to Williamsport anymore. In youth baseball, a few months of age difference is massive. The Little League World Series lost its biggest stars because of this rule, and the quality of play hasn't been the same since. Think about some of the biggest stars in Little League World Series history. Emone Davis, Luke Ramirez, Alex Edmondson. These Little League World Series stars would never have had their moment with the current rules. Many of them wouldn't have even been eligible under today's rules. Outside of Gavin Weir, the past few years have lacked the dominant star that made the Little League World Series so iconic. Bringing back 13-year-olds would provide a lot more star potential to Williamsport. Florida won the 2024 Little League World Series, but not because they had the most dominant pitching or the best hitters. They won on base running and errors. It wasn't about overpowering teams, it was about making the least mistakes. And that's a big shift from the Little League World Series we used to watch. Because of the weaker bats and younger players, the best strategy isn't about overpowering your opponent anymore, it's about playing clean baseball and waiting for them to make mistakes. Outfield defense has become as important as ever. The top teams are now prioritizing outfield defense over power hitting, which would never have happened 10 years ago. You know the product is ruined when a team can only win by stealing 10 seconds after the play is over. When errors and wild pitches become the deciding factor in who wins, instead of dominant pitchers or explosive offenses, the game just isn't as fun to watch.
On a fly ball to right, and Lake Mary leads it 2-1.
Some may argue that it is more exciting to watch fundamental baseball. But truth be told, most people enjoy to watch home runs and dominant players. It is what made baseball so popular during the late 1990s. And if weaker bats and a younger age cutoff weren't enough, another rule change is making the games even less competitive: the continuous batting order, or CBO rule. Instead of a traditional 9-player lineup, teams now bat their entire roster, which usually means 12 to 14 hitters per game. This drastically reduces the number of at-bats for the best players. Before this rule, top hitters would typically come to the plate 3 times per game. Now, they usually only get 2. And when the best players get fewer opportunities, the game loses excitement. Instead of watching dominant hitters take over, there are more non-competitive at-bats from weaker players, leading to slower, less engaging games. Rather than adding excitement, the CBO rule has done the opposite. It has turned certain parts of the lineup into dead zones and made games feel longer and less competitive. At-bats that should be intense, high-pressure moments now often feel like filler. When you combine the weaker bats, younger players, and fewer plate appearances for top hitters, it's no surprise the Little League World Series just doesn't feel the same anymore. But the biggest reason the Little League World Series is falling off? The best players aren't even playing in it anymore. If you ask any top 12-year-old where they're playing, it's not Little League, it's travel ball. Here's the comparison between the two. In Little League, there is limited competition, strict rules, and restricted bats. In travel ball, there's national competition, better coaching, USSSA bats, and potentially even scouts watching. At the highest levels of youth baseball, perfect game and PBR tournaments are where the best kids go. These tournaments offer tougher competition, more exposure, and prepare players for the next level of baseball, oftentimes on the big field. So think about it. If you're a top player, are you going to spend your summer playing in a local rec league with strict rules? Or are you going to compete against the best kids in the country? And the numbers match this sentiment. Participation in Little League Baseball has decreased by 3% per year since the 1990s. This decline is part of a broader trend in youth sports, where only 38% of kids aged 6 to 12 played team sports on a regular basis in 2018, down from 45% in 2008. Several factors contribute to this decline, including the rise of pay-to-play travel leagues, which often price out families and discourage non-elite players from continuing in the sport. Some families are spending $5,000 to $10,000 per year just to give their kid a shot at playing higher-level baseball. Here's what travel ball costs. Travel team fees, $2,000 to $3,500 per year. Tournament entry fees, $200 to $400 per tournament. Hotels, transportation, and food, more than $3,000 per year. Private lessons, $50 to $150 per session. High-end equipment, more than $500 per season. Despite these participation challenges, the Little League World Series continues to attract viewers, perhaps due to its nostalgic appeal and worldwide aspect. However, the disconnect between rising viewership and declining participation raises concerns about the future pipeline of talent and the overall health of youth baseball programs. Little League seems to have realized this decline, likely the cause of this new 2025 rule change. Starting in 2025, kids from ages 4 to 7 can register for any Little League they want, with no geographic restrictions. That means we could see stacked all-star teams dominating Williamsport as early as 2029. But this can also mean that smaller leagues could die out because all the best players join another league. This could either make the Little League World Series way more competitive or make things worse by eliminating small leagues completely. Each town having their own league is what makes the Little League World Series special, giving it that tight-knit community feel. Right now, it's hard to say how this will play out. Will we see super teams that make the Little League World Series more competitive? Or will small leagues die off, taking away what makes Little League special? Either way, this rule change is going to shake things up in a big way. So how do we fix the Little League World Series? There are a couple of ways to bring back excitement. Option 1, bring back the old bats, or at least allow USSSA bats. Home runs made this tournament special, and the numbers prove that offense is disappearing. Option 2, move the fences into 200 feet. If bats have to stay weak, at least let kids have a better shot at hitting home runs again. Back in 2006, Little League decided to push the outfield fences at Howard J. Lamade Stadium and Volunteer Stadium back from 205 feet to 225 feet. The reason? They thought there were too many home runs and wanted to increase the possibility for more doubles and triples instead. But now, with the 2018 bat change making offense even weaker, outfielders play much shallower than before. Even if the fences were moved back in, there's still plenty of room for extra base hits. It wouldn't just turn every fly ball into a home run. If Little League wants to bring back the excitement, they need to give the offense a boost. Because right now, it's just not the same game anymore. What do you think? Should Little League bring back better bats? Move the fences in? Or is travel ball just the new wave? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.